All right. Morning, good morning. Welcome, everyone. Super excited for another live on investing. We've got some awesome deals to analyze today and some things to catch up on. First thing I wanted to catch up on is if you have not yet realized that I will be in Chicago on July 13th, make sure to meet me there. We had a cool little discussion in the Discord. I mean, maybe not really a cool discussion, but there was a discussion about somebody going to a different real estate event, and they were a little disappointed that it was like 3 days of a sales pitch. Know that if you ever come to an event of mine, it ain't a sales pitch. It's literally just, here's knowledge, here you go. All right, folks. So I wanted to get that out of the way. And so now I want to start by touching on two things from our buddy Grant Cardone. So obviously, I think most of you know that we agree on, some stuff about real estate, but also have a lot of things that we disagree on. And one of those things is we had a post from Base Trump that says, Cardone says stay away from California, Connecticut, and New York. And then we're going to talk about what he said about home ownership and the renter nation. So the bottom line is, even if you live in New York or California, in my opinion, it's okay to get started there because the deals that you're going to be able to get locally are going to be better than, in my opinion, the deals that you'll get in a different state unless you're constantly traveling to that state. It's the only time it's okay, in my opinion, to invest outside of a 30-minute circle is if maybe you grew up in a different area and you know the area, you go there all the time because your family's there and you're going there anyway. Like for some reason, you're traveling there 4 times a year. Most of the time, that ain't the case. So that's why I usually don't suggest invest outside of an area. Now, Cardone doesn't like California, New York, and certain other states because of taxation. And also, tenancy laws are a little bit more stringent. In my opinion, in California, I try to stay away from, I'll admit it, I try to stay away from rent-controlled properties because all of a sudden you start getting into this whole world of, governance that's a little bit more challenging to deal with. But sometimes that's all you got, and you kind of have to roll with the punches. But no, when you're local, you typically get better deals. And so getting that better deal, in my opinion, massively offsets any of the little implications that comes along with investing in California, New York, or certain other high-tax states. Another comment Cardone made was on Yahoo Finance about America turning into a renter nation. And so he actually kind of lifted this stat or lifted the idea of this from recent research that showed, people, especially with higher incomes, are renting more at the moment than buying, but by a slight percentage. I mean, we're still a nation of homeowners in America. Over 63% of people own their own properties that they live in. That doesn't even consider the other properties that they might own as rental properties. So, in my opinion, I get it. It's a great way to sell a real estate fund when you're saying, you know what, everybody's turning into a renter and we happen to be buying apartment buildings, so you should invest with us. I get it. All right. Cool. So we got that out of the way. I do wish he were a little more balanced on some of the things he said. I'd probably agree with him a little bit more. All right, so then we've got, let's jump into this. So this is a good story here in personal finances, and we'll do deal analysis shortly here. But let's go ahead and pull this up. All right, let's see here. Do I remember how to press these buttons? I think I do. Let's do, hey, look at that. I'm in the top corner today. So, we've got somebody here that has $1 million net worth in real estate, owns, a couple properties here, including his personal residence. And 2 of those single families have no loans at all. And so there's a concern about debt, basically. The concern that, hey, you know what? We don't want to over leverage necessarily. And I get that. It's a very valid concern. Personally, I think one of the reasons, JD, you're having issues with this concern about over leveraging, even though you're at a 50% debt to income ratio, basically, I mean, even better here, probably you've got more equity than you have debt. I'm happy to see you, and that'll be awesome. I'll see you in Seattle. Thank you for that. I think part of that is honestly because of this right here. You kind of tell us that your wife is going to use some of the proceeds from a sale you guys are doing to pay down some debt, or you're talking about doing that, but you're worried she'll go into more debt afterwards. And to me, I think there's probably a bigger problem here than just worrying about over leveraging on the real estate. Because in my opinion, in a situation that you're in, I would probably feel comfortable. I usually say this going up to 65% leverage. So in your case, I'd be comfortable still pulling out another 200K, probably not too much more. But that is also, remember, dependent on your cash flow and your income. Though the fact that you got paid off real estate, I mean, that's great, but it does give you that room if you wanted to have little credit lines on each of them to be able to jump on opportunities. It's probably where I'd start. You have equity, have a credit line. It doesn't mean you're going into debt. If anything, it means that you could have these credit lines available so that if you see a good flip, you see a good deal, you can jump and pounce. But realistically, I'm concerned that your wife might not be on the same page yet. I think you can, maybe put her through this course, have her buy a couples account and buy in. And I think when you go through, and I know you're just getting started on the course, but when you go through everything, you really get sort of you get excited about, wow, okay, you know what? Real estate debt can be good. And I think if your wife sees that and goes through maybe the guns and butter lectures and sees the long-term net worth building effects that we talk about in this course, it'll be not only good for you guys, but also if you're gonna have children in the future, or your family in the future, or whatever. So that's probably where I would start with my discussions. Really is talk about that debt problem first. I don't think you have a real estate debt problem at all. I think there's more of you just need to cohere with each other and get on the same page. And look, I mean, Lauren and I, we had the same things. We both sometimes, I want to spend more, sometimes she wants to spend more, and we both try to keep ourselves grounded and just go, you know what, we're spending our money on real estate or experiences. We're not too big into stuff. Okay, let's see what else we've got. And that's also why you'll see in the course, I'm so anti let's tear everything out and renovate everything, especially on your own house. It's really just a massive waste of money. There's such an industry around you spending money on your own house. That's really the only reason people say a house can be a bad investment is, yeah, it's true. A lot of people tend to overspend on the place they're living in, and they justify a $20,000 bathroom with, oh, well, it's real estate. It goes up in value. It doesn't work that way. All right, so another question we have, and we get this one often, is, should you take money out of a pension? This is over here. Let's see if I'm doing this right. There we go. Oh, that one. Okay, so, would you take a distribution from your pension? So oftentimes there can actually be ways to take money out of your pension or certain retirement plans penalty free if you're buying a place to live in. So check those rules with your CPA, your tax advisor. If you want to borrow against it, yeah, absolutely. I don't see anything wrong with that. You borrow at 6.5%. It's actually not that bad for quick, easy access to financing. Today I would be more than willing to pay 7% for hard money. Once I start getting into 9, 10, 11, 12% with a lot of points, that's where I start getting a little bit more nervous. But 7%, I'll take that all day long. So, okay, here's one, finance, let's answer this. So, check out live around, what is this, 7 min in, and then another one, same for you, 7 min in. Okay, so another question here we had was, what about refinancing? I refer to the interest rate. Can we discuss more about refinancing to a shorter term period? Yeah, so let's hit that. I am not sorry to hear that about her being in a different book. You guys will get there. Here's the thing about refinancing. When I discuss refinancing, okay, shorter term, I personally don't think it's a good idea to refinance to a shorter term loan in real estate. One of the reasons for that is primarily because, let's put it this way. It depends where you are in life. Do you want to grow your asset base? Do you want to build more of a net worth? Or do you want to, consolidate, start spending, paying off debt and, having kind of a smaller ship and paying off your house, paying off a rental property and slowly starting to live off that cash flow? If that's what you want, which eventually everybody wants that, if that's what you want sooner, okay, fine. Refinance to a 15-year, pay down your loan faster, pay it off in 10 years. You can move along faster in that direction if that's what you want. If your goal is to build as many assets as you can, know that you can always convert assets into cash flow. It's very easy. You can have right now. Let me ask you this. Here's a really good mind twist for all of you. If somebody went up to you right now and said, I will give you $10 million worth of real estate, you owe $10 million, but it all has a cash flow of 0 after management, vacancy, everything. So just ask yourself that for a second, okay? $10 million of real estate, $10 million of debt, and repairs, vacancy, principal, interest, taxes, insurance, everything is covered. All you literally have to do is take the paper. And wow, I now own $10 million of real estate, $10 million of debt. Okay, where do I go from here? Everybody should be thinking to themselves, yeah, I'll take that any day. Why? Because appreciation will make that asset value go up. Inflation will make your debt worth less. Your tenants are paying down your loan. So right after year one, your wealth starts doing this. It's like, wow, all of a sudden my wealth's going down, my debt's going, my wealth is going up, my debt's going down, and now rents go up over time because you slowly start raising rents. Even though, it might feel rough, it's like, I'll take 10 million for 10 mil any day. Because in the future, you can convert that so easily to cash flow. You hold this 10 and 10 portfolio for 10 years, you're probably going to have a net worth of, 2-3 million bucks just with principal pay down, appreciation, cash flow increases and things like that. So it really gives you sort of this mind experiment of, oh, wow, okay, that's actually not a bad way to look at building assets. And then in the future, you go, 10 years down the road, you're like, that's it, I'm done. Sell everything. You take your 2.5 mil or whatever, and you go retire or whatever. You can do that. You've got a lot of flexibility once you have assets. But the big step one is build those assets. And to answer the question, why don't I necessarily like the shorter term refinancing period? It's because it makes it harder for you to qualify for more assets. You have a bunch of 15-year fixed rate loans, your ability to qualify for another loan, goes down dramatically because you're subject to this higher payment. If you could afford it and you could still qualify, well, maybe it's not that bad of an idea. If you guys have questions about what your loan, whether your loan is good or whatever, right here as an example, it's fine. I'm happy to answer these. Like, for example, I've been quoted 4.625 at 0 points. Put me there. Estimated cash to close. Okay, so the problem is for things like this, for an FHA 30-year fixed, FHA usually has lower interest rates than conventional loans, a slight margin there. And you do have to pay a large amount in upfront mortgage insurance, and you're putting 14% down. Great. So what you're buying around 300K or something like that, 400K. Then you got taxes, fees, prepaids, and all that. Great. So the thing is, for me to really tell you, is this a good rate? There's a lot missing here, and this is important for everybody to know. What determines your rate isn't necessarily what the market is. It's what the market is, and then they do add-ins, right? So you start having these add-ins like, do you have a credit score of less than 740? Add a quarter. Do you have are you buying a condo versus a house? Add an eighth. Are you having a non-occupant co-borrower? Add an eighth. There's so many will make your file more complex that sometimes it's just the price you got to pay. If you have a more complicated file, you are going to pay more money for your rate. But in the long run, it tends to be a pretty small, thing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit renovations, and then we're going to do deal analysis. Let's do this again. There we go. Okay, I should shorten this. There we go. I'll get rid of this for now. It's my little cheat sheet. Okay, so let's see. Moon from Pittsburgh. I bought a house in the process of renovating. A kitchen floor. I can do either porcelain tile or vinyl tiles. Assuming it's the cost is the same, what do you recommend? The cost is not going to be the same. Contractor says he doesn't recommend porcelain due to the risk of breaking. What do you think? Well, so here's the thing. First of all, are you guys talking about porcelain or ceramic? Because porcelain, the feed, oh, really? You guys still there? I don't want to hear about this cutting out stuff. Okay, I had Spectrum here for 4 hours the other day, getting rid of my little static modem here. Okay, so hopefully you guys got everything. They're starting to make me want to vomit because I pay for business class internet for like $300 a month to do these live streams, and I still cut out. It makes me vomit. I'm laughing, but it makes me sad. Okay, so hopefully you guys are back. I'm assuming you are. Or you're watching on the replay. I bought a house in the process of renovating. For kitchen floor, I could either do porcelain or vinyl tiles. So here's the thing. The contractor says porcelain, he doesn't recommend because of the risk of breaking. Usually when people talk about breaking, it's because you are talking about ceramic tiles. Ceramic tiles break, especially if they're poorly installed. And both is true. If you install porcelain or ceramic poorly, somebody that doesn't tile all the time, yeah, they're going to break. But if you install porcelain properly, it should last a very, very long time. Porcelain is very, very durable. Installed correctly, I mean, some of those floors, they can last, 50 years. So you should not have a durability problem at all with porcelain. Now, would I rather do a porcelain tile or luxury vinyl plank? I would much rather do my luxury vinyl plank. Why? Because it installs way faster. The cost to install a porcelain in a quality manner is going to be like, sometimes $6 to $8 a foot. The vinyl, people pay you could pay like $2 a foot to install that stuff because it flies down. So another reno question. All right, let's do another reno question here. What do we got? So, well, this was mood. Check around 15 min in for answer. All right, BG's got a question about. The question is, here, I'm going to screen share it here for you. Okay, 2-story. Let's see, there we go. 2-story place, 1 bedroom downstairs and a bathroom next door. I think I can move the slider closet to another wall and put a door in for direct access to the bathroom. It's a small full bath and would be a shared bath with 2 doors. All other baths are on the second room. Would this be considered a second master? Worth it in a 2-story house? Is it? Yeah, so BG, what are we doing? Responding around 16. I get what you're saying. You're saying, basically take from the closet a little bit and make it so you have another way of accessing the downstairs bathroom without having to go outside in the hallway. I'm not feeling it. I think it might be a little bit of it's a money spend that I don't think is going to get you $1 more in rent. I get the idea of having a second master, but a second master, then it's a second shared master, right? Because it's also your guest bath for downstairs. In which case, there's really no difference between you just walking out and going in through the hallway. Unless you're room hacking the thing where, some dude living downstairs literally wants to, walk with their underwear into the bathroom without going out in the hallway. In which case, maybe if you're room hacking, there might be a little bit of value there. But really, to also then lose closet space, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Put a shirt on and walk out the hallway and go in. I don't know. Not feeling it as much as I feel like I should to be excited about that. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe post some pictures. All right. Here we go. Holy smokes. That's expensive. Okay, hold on. Sorry. I forgot to press the button. Look at this. I had a flooring estimate come back with $14,000. Responding around 16 min, something like that. All right, so I had a flooring estimate come back with a quote of $14,000 to rip out the current carpets and laminate floors, put down luxury vinyl plank. Is that reasonable quote for $1K? That's on a concrete slab. Okay, so it sounds high to me. Here's the thing. Luxury vinyl plank, I'm spending $2 a foot, okay? I'm spending $2 a foot to do the luxury vinyl plank. Then I'm going to spend, let's do it this way. A big question is going to be, is this a glue down? What you currently have, is it a glue down? If it's glued down, your demo cost is going to be a lot higher. So demo, we got 1,000 feet. Your demo is usually going to be $1. Honestly, for carpet and laminate that's not glued down, as long as it's not glued down, you're looking at $1 a foot. So let's do total cost. Total cost. Here we go. You guys know I like doing, guys and gals, I gotta be neutral. Like doing spreadsheets here every single time, as in like I just remake them. So we got demo at $1 a foot. We've got, honestly, the material for a luxury vinyl plank, you shouldn't be paying more than $2.50. And I'm going high because I'll spend like $2.10, honestly. And then I'm going to go install on 1,000 square feet. I literally just did this twice within the last 6 weeks here. I would not pay more than $3.50 to $4 for install. And so, I mean, right now I'm way off. I'm getting a quote of around $7,500 for your setup. $7,500. Now, if that's now we might do baseboards too. We do like a 4-inch Craftsman base, and maybe we'll add max $1,500. So I'd be all in for $9K on your budget. Now, I say I'll be all in. I'm not a contractor, but there's no way. Oh, Nick, congrats on your place, man. That's awesome. So good morning, folks. Recommendations on property management software. Well, we'll come back to that. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But yeah, 14K, it seems very high. Honestly, it feels like there's like a solid, $4,000 to $5,000 in profit in there. which I'm fine with people making profit, but honestly, there's actually probably more than that in profit because even at 8K, it's profitable for them. Yeah, JD says, sounds like a horrible price. Totally agree with you. Should be in for 2 to 3K in materials and 10 to 15 hours of labor on the high end. Yeah, seriously, folks. Okay, good. See, I should like read the next question before I respond, but I don't. Speaking of flooring costs, anyone know how it is difficult to take out 2 square feet of tile? So it depends. Every tile you take up is different. I once demoed an entire dining room, family room, and living room in about 2 hours because I went there with the scraper and it was just like boom, pop, 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 pop. All the stuff was coming off. Then I got to the hallway and it literally took me 8 hours to do a tiny little like 50 square foot hallway because I would chip and I would get like that much of tile. So it really, really depends on the install. Curious, highest ROI upgrades. Ooh, okay, cost to value. Let's look at this together here. And then I'm going to do some live questions here. So if you have any live questions, go ahead and post those. So let's look at your chart here. BG, checking out your ROI sheet. Let's see if I agree. Pop it on over. Boom. All right, what do we got here? All right. So, yeah, okay, look at that. Bathroom addition. Job cost 60K. Recoup 80%. Okay, I mean, I think, honestly, unless you're curing a functional obsolescence, it might even be worse than that. Minor kitchen remodel. See this? I like this. I do like this. Minor, well, hold on. Wait a minute. Minor kitchen remodel, 26 grand? No freaking way. No way I would spend that much money. So imagine my ROI. If they're saying a $26,000 minor kitchen remodel gets you 105%, imagine if I spend $14,000, what my ROI is. It probably looks the same too. Deck edition, I don't even think that's close to $1, honestly. I think some of this is inflated. Who published this? Hanley Wood Media Inc. Who are they? Who you? Hanley Wood Media Inc. Let's find out where the bias is. They serve the construction industry, so no wonder they freaking think decks are a good investment. I saw that about the decks, and I'm like, no way. No way the deck is giving you $1 per dollar. You're like 50 cents on the dollar there. Entry door replacement. Why are you spending $2,000 on a freaking door? No. We just do a whole reaction video just to this. Roof replacement, 30 grand. Who's spending 30 grand on a roof? I mean, most single family houses, 1,300 square feet, an asphalt shingle roof should not cost you any more than $12,000. And that's in California. National average, 20 grand for a roof. I mean, this, I don't know. I do agree with them though, that they say, well, see, national average, they say you only recoup 68% on your roof. I don't know. I mean, some of this stuff is a little silly to me. So I'm not too excited about this. And the fact that they don't have like paint and carpet on here, honestly, a grand entrance is going to give you 108% return. This is nuts. Sorry, too biased for me. All right, let's keep going here. So questions in live here. What property management software do I recommend? So, I mean, really, unless you're a property manager, I don't recommend getting all these extra softwares and stuff like that. Usually you can do everything you need to do through your realtor in terms of forms and then QuickBooks for managing. But you really don't need software unless you've got, more than 20 units that you're managing yourself. Peter, look at that. He's a Don't Sue Me Bro member. Thank you very much, Peter. Really appreciate your support. Have you heard of Mashvisor? It's a reliable source for Airbnb. There are actually a lot. I have not heard of that, but I have heard of AirDNA. Let me pull that up really quick. AirDNA.co, I think it is. So let's pop them up here. Mashvisor. There we go. So AirDNA is a great way to look up Airbnb comps. If you guys are into vacation rentals, I think they're wonderful. I think there's a lot of money to be made in them. Just don't overpay for real estate because you can Airbnb it. But yeah, I mean, I would use probably both of these. Honestly, I mean, just compare them against each other. I don't mind paying, if I'm thinking about buying a place, I don't mind spending an extra $50 here or there to get some more data from some of these websites. So I'm not opposed to that at all. Even if I'm just signing up for 1 month, it's fine with me. I mean, hashtag not sponsored, right? But I don't know. I've never used the other one. So, all right, what else do we got? So then we got a picture here. Seen a few videos of this guy. Oh, cool. JD, thanks for sharing that. Drywall repair tricks. I love YouTube videos for a lot of this stuff. Can you share the link? Oh, yeah. Okay. So I've been talking a lot about this luxury vinyl plank that I always get. And I get asked to share the link. I really need to do that. So I'm going to do that right now. Basically, my recommendation is you got to find a color that not only you're okay with, but one that you think in long run, over the next 10 years or something is going to look pretty decent. And usually these days that tends to be this, grayish, woodish kind of looking color. You don't want to go too crazy. The reddish kind of wood colors seem to be a little out. I could be wrong about that, but that's just my POV. So I'm going to post this link right now. See, let's share this. Look at this right now. Right now, this is costing me $2.14 per foot. That's before my American Express Lowe's discount, in which I'm going to get another 6.9% off of that. So let's go over here and just do 2.14, and let's see what's actually costing me times 0.939 to take 6.9% off. Wait, no. There we go, 6.9% off. Look at that, it's costing me $1.99 a foot. That's freaking awesome. Under 2. That's just like psychologically great too. Yeah, so this is the floor I will use. We'll go ahead and post this link right now. So folks, if you ever have these kind of questions, always feel free to ask. And notice I'm dropping them over here. My favorite flooring. Oh, I wish I put a picture, but it didn't. Oh well. So what do we got? Raymond posted under Reno and here. There you go. Have it there too. Cool. All right. So let's keep moving on. I think we're moving on to deal analysis, and then we'll do some more questions here in the live as well. So let's pop over for a second and just see if you have any other questions first thing. Let me just do a live really quick. My lender is telling me that I need $700 for refinancing. Is that true? No, I disagree with that. You should be able to, and it depends on your personal situation. But I mean, maybe you need a $700 for it to make sense for you. That's possible. But because maybe you already have a good loan. But you could refinance with a 640. Some people even lower. Mashvisor seems more in depth. Okay, well, good testimonial. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. How do you know if a city has a growing pop? This is awesome. Yeah, okay, thank you. So how do you know if a city has a growing population? You literally just Google it, folks. You literally pop open the Googles and you type, wait, you need me. You always need me. There you go. You type in Chicago population, which that's where we're doing our event on, look at that. In 11 days, I will be in Chicago doing the crash course event. I really encourage all of you guys to be there. It'll change your mind. It'll blow your mind, not change your mind. So look at that. Chicago's actually had a little bit of a volatile population, a little bit of a decline, a little bit of a bump. You could see LA. This has the nice growth. Houston has that nice growth. Those are the areas I'd be peaking at. Chicago, we got a slight decline here. Don't like that so much. But yeah, really, it's that simple. Obviously, you could go, into more depth and go to, actually break the numbers down a bit more. But that's good enough for me. Guys, where do you post deals? So if you have not yet, oh dear goodness, sorry. Where do you post deals? Folks, right here. If you are not in escrow, you're just looking at maybe writing an offer, you go to deal analysis here. If you're in escrow or you're writing an offer, post it under deal analysis, escrows over here. So good things for you guys to know. Let's see what other question we have. I'm in Orange County and wait, how do you know if, okay, we talked about that. I'm in Orange County and want to start my investing journey. I've got about 20K saved. Is it possible to start or even more? Orange County, 20K. Yeah, I mean, look, anything's possible. It's a little tougher, right? You're going to have to be buying below the median. You're probably going to want to start looking for, honestly, in your case, I'd be save more, but start looking for condos and townhouses and see, what can you buy? Let's just do it together. Orange County. What can you buy in Orange County? So, things are renting for $2,900. Let's do this. Let's go and say, what can I get for under 4? Ideally less. And let's kill this square footage requirement because that's going to kill us. Apply. And then we want to get rid of rentals. I don't care about potential listings either. It looks good. All right, cool. And I really don't want your mobile homes, but oops, there we go. Okay, so what do we got here? Up to 400K. So look at this. Condo for sale. What is that? Two bedroom, two bath, two bedroom, two bath. That could be a good actually way to start. 345. Okay, you go up big in price when you get into the three bedrooms. So what is it? Newport Beach? No way. What's wrong with this? Oh, because it's right by the is it right by the highway? I don't. Oh no, this is a mobile. Okay, that's why. I was gonna say. So here, here, what's this? Two bedroom, two bath. Look at that. Stick built, end unit. You're not near any crazy busy streets. Look at this. This place is like move-in ready. You find a fixer or something like that. That's what I'd be doing. 3.5% down, 3% down, conventional. You get into something like this, you need, 12 grand as a down payment. Maybe you get some down payment assistance. Contact your local companies. Very kind of custom, some of the things they've done. But yeah, this is exactly what I would do. So it's definitely possible for you to start, but this is more realistically what you're going to be starting with. Try to get something like this for 250 as a fixer, 240 as a fixer. Great money. Fix it up yourself. Learn how to do it. That's exactly how I'd start in your area. All right, let's do. Okay, so we passed last live stream. We ended just about to analyze Scuffy Devs, analyzing yours again right now. So what is this? We're about 30 men in. So we're going to do this deal here. This one I'll probably go a little bit fast on because I literally analyzed this one like twice, but I realized I was talking to myself. So let's see where we are here. So let's get into okay, Discord. Here we go. Boom, boom. All right, folks. Yeah, if you think I'm the man, please tell your friends. Tell them to join. Yeah, I'll still pay attention to all of you equally, I promise. So thank you. Thoughts on this deal? So here's another Seattle deal. It's pending now. I really hope you got it because I really liked the deal. I said that I actually thought it was under market value because there was a comp just down the street from it. Now, I noticed also you were moving north more with your search. I believe that's what it was north. Yeah, because we have analyzed some of your deals before. And I feel like we analyzed some of your deals before in Maple Leaf, and now you're a little bit more north. But there was a comp actually right off 15th Ave that really made me like your deal. Here's why I saw that, folks. It's listed for $749, 4-bed, 2.5 bath, presumably. It's 2,000 square feet. This is what it looks like. It looks, I mean, the cabinets are original, but it looks fine. It's move-in ready. It looks clean. I did not mind what I saw in these pictures at all. It's got the nice basement. It's got a nice yard. It's a really cute curb appeal house. The comp that I want to show you, watch this. Okay, this one's pending for $749. And where is, okay, Morningside for sale, recently sold. Where was it? So on 15th, oh, wait, up to 400. I got to delete that. There we go. And square footage. This is why I had 1,700 to 2,200 was actually because of yours. So look at this. Where was it? This guy? No. 845. I don't remember where it was. Anyway, somewhere we'll just relook for it. So anyway, let's look at the comps together. Okay. Where's our guy, and then let's do this again together. It's been since Thursday, so it's a little rusty, but that's okay. We'll do it again together. So here's the property we have. The property we're looking at is right here, but it's pending. And we're looking for all comps that are going to be plus or minus 2,000 square feet. First thing I remember noticing is you have this $1.1 million for sale, like remodeled flip house. I really like that. You've got competition here that just hit the market at 725. This could be a backup option for you. This was not on the market on Thursday. Trying to find, where was it? Was it this comp? No, it was on 15th. It was literally one on 15th. You can find it if not. That sold for like 800,000 something. And I don't know where it is. Anyway, sold for like 800 something on 15th. And it was basically the same condition. And so I thought yours was actually a pretty good deal that we saw there because of that. Let's look at your other potential, since there's a possibility you did not get that deal. Let's see what potential you have to get something similar in the area, since we're analyzing these deals anyway. So maybe we missed out on the 2,000 square foot one. Here's another possibility for you. This is 725. They just dropped the price. It's been on the market 18 days. Okay, so maybe it was available, but they did drop the price just now. It looks very similar to the one that you first looked at, except it's got a little bit of an updated kitchen here. You could paint these cabinets. I'm going to do a video on how I'm painting these cabinets a gray color. They look great. So, this is, again, very similar. This seems to be about the going rate over here. This lot size is a lot smaller than the one that's pending, though. So, maybe a possibility, but honestly, this one might end up selling for less. What you want to do is see what this one is going for. Have your agent find out, because this is now your newest comp. And what I mean by that is, if you miss this deal, your best comp is this. This tells you what market value is. And if your agent says this place had multiple offers and it went over, that's good. If they say, yeah, it sold for like 730, sold for like 735, somewhere around there, they got under list, but not way under list, then maybe the market's softening a little bit, which is a concern I expressed as well when I saw the $800,000 comp. It was like $820,000 or something like that for a similar square footage, and yours was going for 749 and had not sold yet. I was actually surprised that yours had not sold yet on Thursday, and so sure enough, it just sold. So, all right, let's see what else we got. As far as the comments that you made here with these pictures here with like the insulation falling down or the older linoleum here, some of these things looking sketch, really not worried about it with the garage. You could put some new insulation in super cheap. It's honestly a good do-it-yourself project you could do. Let me do one more deal here, and then I'm going to do questions again. So what's your opinion on homes that are short sale? Love them. Oh, wait, you need my face. Love the short sales. Also, homes that are explicitly listed as a short sale can be classified as a wedge. Are there any big red flags or warning signs? No, there's no. So a short sale homeowner is not going to go destroy the property, because a short sale means they're actually cooperating with the bank to make it happen. This is an approved short sale. These can actually usually be good deals to buy because usually the bank will sell it for under market value. Analyzing yours around 37 min in. So I'm not opposed to this whatsoever. Let's do the comps though. You got a 2,400 square footer in Georgia for 340. I can't tell about your location in terms of if you're on a busy road. I hope not. Are you here? Where's yours? Arbor Woods. Let's figure out where yours is. Zillow always does this to me. I never know exactly where it is. It makes me think it's this guy down here. Whatever. Arbor Woods. Here. You know what? Old school is you just type it into the maps. There we go. All right, so here you are. So yours is a little bit of a through street here, but usually you guys have bigger lots, which sets you back more. So keep that in mind. That's going to be an adjustment you're going to have to make. People are going to ride this street to get to these other neighborhoods, but it might not be so bad. It's very much a neighborhood still here. What do we get? Yeah, no, this is fine. I'm not majorly concerned about this kind of street. So let's look at comps here. Approved short sale. I like that it's approved already. It just makes it easier for you to get into the bank. Ooh, okay, yes. Love, I mean, don't love, but love the fact that it's got, this tile here, this mismatch of flooring, the purple walls, gotta go. The older ceiling fans, the furniture, the kitchen, everything about it feels wedgy. Let's see mostly because it's cluttery. There's carpet in the master. Okay, the only concern I'd have is this gets a little funky sometimes. You get a lot of like mildew growth and stuff like that under here. You can kind of see like already the moss growing up the side because you guys have a lot more moisture out here. So built in 86, I'm not worried about the condition of the place at all though. Built in 86, that's fine. This is great. This is beautiful. I like this. Okay, now let's actually see if we can get some comps. Oh, that's why I'm not getting comps here. So I need 2,000 to probably 3,000. Let's just go big here for a sec. Get some comps in your neighborhood. There's yours at 2,420 square feet. And let's see what we got as sales. You got a bunch for sale here. 2,100 sold for 355. That's good. Slightly different neighborhood. Explore that. 403 way down here. What's down here? Why are prices going up as we go down? Here's a 2,000. Well, is this a house? Yeah, it is. 2,400 square feet. Here's a really good comp. Sold for 400 grand. But for some reason, the prices are higher in this neighborhood down here. So I really want to stick to this neighborhood. What's this? Sold. Oh, here's a good comp for you. 377, slightly larger. Okay, so yours is probably selling for a little bit closer to market value. Honestly, I would write a lower offer on this. If you could get this for under 325, I'd be excited about it. And I wouldn't be surprised if you wrote like a 320 offer and then the bank countered you or whatever at to 325, take it. It's not bad. I'm not, cosmetically you could fix this up and then you got yourself a property that's going to be worth somewhere between 370 to 400K. What do we got? This cul-de-sac one here. Yeah, but it's cul-de-sac that's going to sell for a bit more. Here's another one. What's this? Abbott's sold for 340 in 2017. That's a little harder to compare to. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I'm not opposed to your deal at all. Let's do some more live questions here. So what do we got? Kevin, you should do your own cost to value spreadsheet. Yeah, I should do that. Well, okay, so it's not a bad idea. I could write that down. No, I can't because I don't have anything to write on. Oh, I got a paper towel here. See, I was pledging. And when I say pledge, I wasn't pledging money. I was using pledge, except it's not pledge. It's compared to pledge because it's cheaper. Target brand. All right. So we'll just, what am I going to do? My, it's not a bad idea. ROI spreadsheet. I'm gonna be so brutal to the construction industry. Contractors gonna hate me. All right. If I cannot move into a house and rehab it, then rent it out and repeat due to wife, kids, current neighborhood, should I be looking for a house to rent out or pursue flips for the first deal? If your first deal ever, I wouldn't recommend a flip. The likelihood is you'd probably lose money on it. But if you're able to buy a flip, that means you're able to buy a rental property, in which case just buy a rental property. Get the 25% down, even if that means you need to take, you put down 15% and you get like a little bit of hard money loan for like 10% or something, or the fix up money. It's not a horrible way to start as long as you're getting a good deal. If you're going to touch hard money, insulate yourself with how good the deal is. But I get it with not wanting to move with the current neighborhood. We're actually in the same situation. So part of what we're doing is we're just going to look in the same neighborhood for us to move. I was just in, I'm not worried about the New York City market being different. I just literally held the I'm Over It tour in New York City and, talking to local real estate agents. There are plenty of deals to be had. I don't care if it's Manhattan. I don't care if it's Brooklyn or it's Queens. You could find wedge deals over there too. Yeah, things are a little bit more expensive, but you could totally do it. Is there another way to avoid the 25% down payment other than moving into a larger primary? Yeah, the only way to avoid it is really using other forms of leverage. So you're still putting down that 25% for properties that you're not living in, but you could do it with, say, like a homeowner occupied, like home equity line of credit or hard money second, maybe against one of your other properties. I'll do that frequently. If let's say I have a place which I do, that's worth $700,000 and there's a loan of $350,000 on it. And then I find a good deal. And I don't have all the money I need. I can pick up the phone and go, hey, so-and-so, can I borrow 100 grand for a year, but I'll probably pay you back within, 6 months or whatever. If I sell this thing or refinance it or whatever I'm going to do, can I borrow 100 G's at, 7% interest and I'll pay you a point or two. And because I have a lot of relationships with these people, usually they're like, yeah, sure. Which property do you want to slap it against? Oh, that one over there. That's like 50% equity. They're like, yeah, sounds good to me. I'd gladly foreclose on that thing and take it. So they're happy. They feel safe because we have that reputation and that relationship. And then I go do my project. And my goal is always to pay off those lines as soon as possible. How do you know you're in a rent-controlled city? Well, you circle. Always circle, folks. You start with your circle. Get your agent involved. Can you go in depth of what rent control is? I mean, basically, I'm not going to go in depth because it's so different in every single area, but really, sometimes you have to pay to get tenants out. You can't raise the rent more than a certain percentage. Sometimes there are resale restrictions. It's different in every single city. Will banks sometimes not consider a lowball offer on a short sale? No, they'll pretty much always counteroffer you. Welcome, Jake. That's awesome. Oh, Jake, you had, Kevin, you're 42% done with the course. Congratulations. Is it possible to cash in and cash out refinance at the same time with a big enough equity position? Well, I don't think you would want to do that. Unless you mean like two different properties, because if you're gonna have a smaller loan, that is, you're paying money during a refinance to make your loan smaller and reduce your payment, then you're not at the same time getting cash out. So it's one or the other. And if you do a cash out refinance, you do take a penalty on the interest rate. So for example, if you bought a place with a 4% rate, you might get like a 4.25% on a cash out refinance. So refinance is always a little bit more expensive. If I bought an apartment as a primary residence, how long do I have to live in it for it to convert to a rental? I mean, if your intent changes, you could convert it into a rental certainly within, by a year, but sometimes people do it within 6 months. Usually I recommend just, stay there for a year, breathe for a little bit, start looking for deals, 6, 7, 8 months in. And, by the time you find something you want to move, you're there for a year anyway. All right, let's do some more. So what do we got here? Let's do another D. Oh, wait, no, Jake. Jake, where did you post your thing? Jake here, there it is. Jake posted this. Okay, so it's a video. Let's see. I'm working on my real estate roadmap. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all of this on the live here. It involves house hacking. I'm wondering if you could watch this and tell me.
Kevin, thanks for watching this video, man. I felt this was way too complicated to make like a text question. And if I'm making some big, I would put a.
Hold on. Let's see here. Let's see. So asset, year, purchase price. I just want to see how you develop this, and I'll come back to you. So 5% down payment, your closing costs, your renovations, you got a nice spreadsheet going. I like it. You should honestly share the link so I can see your formulas too. That would probably
the end of the first year, assuming an appreciation of 3.7% national average.
It might be playing your voice at the same time. Sorry if it's doing that. I'm trying to pause that. So I can't hear it. Let's see here. Remaining cash out. I think this is where your question is developing, honestly, because of this cash in, cash out part. I wouldn't want to refinance that much. I mean, if I got in with 5% down, I would keep my 5% down loan unless rates really disappeared and like really plummeted. It made sense to refinance. The idea for doing this cash in thing is so you get rid of mortgage insurance, but you can get rid of mortgage insurance after a couple years anyway if you have the equity or you pay down the loan to a certain amount. So not so worried about the need to do that and refinance all the time. As far as these assets, you're trying to buy a place every single, or this is one place kind of growing over time. I'll watch it. Post the link to the spreadsheet, but just some initial reactions there. I don't mind you guys planning like this. In fact, I encourage you to do that because it's kind of fun to do that. You get excited about real estate. So good. We'll come back to that. Let's go over here. Let's see what we got. So we did ramblings. Looks like the house was flat. Okay. Yep. Talked about these deals. Okay, let's see here. Okay, cool. This one is interesting. It's a mix of residential and commercial. Yeah, that does sound interesting already. There's an office space below that could be rented out with the townhome located above. Not so excited about that initially. Apparently, there are package deal, which is great. Yeah, I mean, you could probably get the FHA financing or something as long as the commercial space is less than 50%. It's in the downtown area of Brea. Okay, well, if it's in downtown, I like that better. Super nice, severely under market. Well, I like the sound of that. Downside is that the public area and the street view has some homelessness outside. That's okay as long as you're optimistic about the city and growth. In California, that's what you get. A bit outside the norm, single family into city life. I don't know that I would use it yourself. It's pending. Well, I hope you got it. But let's just do a quick look at it here. Right on Brea Boulevard, right by City Hall Park. I love the location of it. Honestly, that location is amazing. That's really nice. Yeah, and I see this actually looks really nice. I mean, newer construction. Yeah, I mean, this isn't bad. My only concern with commercial deals like this is how long are these offices going to be vacant? Because the last thing you want is to say that you're going to use it and then you never do. And if you can't rent out the bottom, then it kind of sucks because your numbers get all screwed up or you have long vacancies. So I just get concerned about overpaying for this kind of mixed use stuff. So be careful with stuff like that. Brandon, be careful with mixed. There. All right. That kind of sounds like real estate racist. I do not mean for it to sound that way. If that's even a thing. Okay, what other questions do we have here? It's the sheet in the video. Oh, okay. It's below the video. Oh, is it? Okay, cool. Yeah, let me check it out afterwards. I'll kind of punch through it a little bit. Thanks for that. So location is great. It's a bit noisy, like so noisy, but yeah, the gray area of the office. Kevin, yeah. So you just be careful. All right, let's see. Wondering if I could get deal analysis on my first apartment, which I purchased. It's currently being rented out for $1,800 a month. Well, if you already bought it, there's not much to analyze. I mean, let's just tell you if you should keep it, right? The odds are you should because once you're in, selling sucks. So let's see what we got. All right, original loan amount 148, principal balance. Okay, so would you buy this thing? You put like 0 down on this? You do a VA loan? Interest rate 4.5%. You could probably actually stand to refinance. I mean, there's no equity here that would say you should not refinance. Although I don't know that you can refinance. You'd have to do a VA refinance again. Yeah, actually, you might not be. Oh no, if you have mortgage insurance. No, this is not a VA loan. How original loan? Oh wait, I'm sorry. That's not property value. Sorry, totally my bad. Everybody's statements are different, so I get confused. Okay, original loan amount. So the property could be worth like 180 or 200 or something like that. We don't know what the property's worth. We don't even know where the property is. Doesn't matter. Let's just looking at the statement here. Okay, so you've paid it down like $3,000. So maybe you've had it, I don't know, a year or 2 years or something like that. I would consider refinancing. I mean, 4.5% rate. If it's a condo, you said you might be able to get that down to 4. Rocket Mortgage, call them up, man. Just see what your rate is. It could be an interesting opportunity. And you might be able to get rid of mortgage insurance depending on what your equity position is. This is actually where you might do what Jake says. And you might say, let's say, look, to get rid of mortgage insurance, watch this. 145,560. Now you're going to have some costs associated with the loan. So let's say you're going to have costs and a loan of $150,000. Your property needs to be worth, divided by 0.8, your property needs to be worth about 187.5 for you to get rid of mortgage insurance. And that could be a good opportunity if you could get it appraised for that. No late fees. Good. Yeah, I mean, it's renting for $1,800, you say. Your escrow, what's your payment amount due? 1102. Really? Principal, interest, taxes, insurance. This is great. This is great. I mean, I love it. You got some nice cash flow. So it's gonna, it's gonna be a rental property. It might be a little bit more expensive. Yeah, because it's a rental property. It might not make sense to refinance it because the the rates on rental refinances are a bit higher. You'll probably be at the same place for you. Honestly, maybe you even just refinanced it. But no, you have mortgage insurance still. So you bought it initially to live in it. Now it's a rental. See if you can get rid of that mortgage insurance. I mean, getting another 133 off might make sense for that refinance, especially if you could even get a quarter off your rate at that point. So not bad. All right, let's see what else we got. Willie C, check around 52 min in today's live. All right, looking to purchase my first investment property to rent out. Please take a look at this listing. Let me know what you think. All right. Boom. And let's see what else. Let's do a quick reply here. Kirby, checking now. I'm going to do this deal. Then I'm going to go back to live questions. And then I have to go. So I'm going to have to do the others on Thursday. So it's only a 2-day wait. And make sure to meet me in Chicago. I know I say that all the time, but I'm super excited about these where I get to meet you guys in person. Is I get to, honestly, I hear a lot of your objections in person, which I feel like I don't hear here. In person, you guys come up to me and you're like, hey, this is my situation. You can do the same thing here. But yeah, I don't know, whatever. All right, so what else we got here? 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,400 square feet, 148K. Why do the pictures look so terrible? I mean, I think the pictures it's built in 2009. It's like should be no concern about condition here at all. Where is this? That's the only issue I have is I have no idea where this is. Okay, there. Oh, now I know where it is. Just outside of New Orleans, Louisiana. You're off the 10. Zoom in a little bit more. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So yeah, okay. So it's kind of like what the suburbs here. Let's see what it looks like. Built in 2009, newer construction. I love that it has so many different wall colors and the landscaping is not maintained because this is easy to take care of. I love that the laminate's coming up. Great. It's going to turn off a lot of buyers. That kitchen's really dark. It's going to turn off a lot of buyers. You can paint the kitchen, paint the walls, fix the laminate, and you're good. This is screaming wedge deal right here. Without even looking at the comps. Just looking at the condition of it. I love it. Love it. Because it's 2009. What could possibly be wrong with it? 2009. 1,200 to 1,700 square feet. Let's see what we got. So where is this? This is on Post. Remember, post your questions because I'm going to do some live question Q&A here right after I look at this one. It's listed for 149-ish. And look, you got another one that's smaller listed for 175. See, I knew it. I mean, I'm not saying that's what market value is, this 175 here, but I knew that one would be priced low relative to other ones. And this one looks like a grandma's house. I mean, sorry, I don't want to mean to offend, but it's got the same dark kitchen. Everything's the same about it. Just doesn't have the dark paint and the you know, what's it called? Although this room is pretty dark. I don't know why people lighten the paint colors if you're gonna go to sell. Whatever. I'll never win that battle. I think you got a ton of stuff. Oh, this is a pretty wide radius. All right, let's see what we got. I think this is where we want. This is the region we want. Let's draw, trying to get within our area here. Okay. One of these days, these comps will actually load. Let's just make sure everything's still going good. Okay, everything's still going good. All right, you guys are still alive. Oh, I didn't hit apply. There we go. I just had to hit apply. So let's give you guys a little bit more room there. There we go. All right, so what is this place going for? What do we got? Okay, sold for 172, larger, 206, larger. This is good. These are old comps too. Is there seriously no recent comp? I want newest. Here we go. 177, 3 and 2. Look at that. This is a great deal already, especially if you could get it for below market value. Let's look at this. So similar age, dark kitchen, slightly different floor plan. This is the garage, slightly larger, roof's dirty, slightly lighter paint colors, and that's it. Sells for 177 with slightly lighter paint colors and no broken laminate. This is listed for 148. What is that? $30,000 less. You got an extra 50 square feet. This is a deal. I'd buy this. I would just try to get it under. You know, if there are no offers on this thing, go 125. See what happens. If you get it for 135, I'm happy for you because I mean, I just like it. It just seems easy. Okay, live questions. Live questions. Hey, look, we didn't officially cut out today on the live stream, which is good. This is good. Bought for 175. Oh, thanks for being here, Will. That's awesome. Okay, yeah, if you bought it for 175 like a year or two ago, you should be able to get this thing refied and get rid of that mortgage insurance. Do different lenders have different PMI rates? That's a really good question. Sorry, I'm jumping around here. I do not know the answer to that. I am inclined to say no, but I could be wrong. I mean, they could shop different mortgage insurance companies. That it just gets so convoluted, you know. That's how they get you, man, on pricing loans. Is there's so many different variables. Some have underwriting fees, some don't. Some, you know, say don't pay any points. The other one's like, I can get you negative points. I can get you all these credits back, but then they charge you all this. It's a mess. Watch the points lectures too. I know, Mark, you have. I have access to my local MLS, and the listing agent has a property that is a short sale, but he will not answer if it's available or not. But I know he also owns a fix and flip company. Is he keeping it? It's hard for people to do that on a short sale because they require them to be arm's length transactions, but it could be. Water damage, something had to have happened to that floor, not a deal breaker. Yeah, that's definitely possible. Sometimes what I see in those cases, though, honestly, is like this is seriously what happens. You get a listing agent that goes in there and sees like one broken board, and then they get like a handyman to pry it up, and then they leave it broken in that area to prove that it's just a floating floor. It's easy to replace and it's easy to fix, but it implies really bad things. And even if it was a water problem for a 2009 built property, I don't know, fix it. Not so worried about it. Considering buying a condo at market value just to get started, then try to get newer construction. If you're going to buy market value, get newer construction. And then have roommates. Yeah, that is exactly what I would do. Okay, folks, I got to go. I appreciate you all being here. It was super fun not having the live stream officially cut out this time. I love you all. Please, please, please find when I'll be in your city. I want to meet you guys in person. Can't afford new construction. We'll find something relatively new. Also, we had some questions about how to become like a neighborhood expert and things like that. Realize if you're trying to become a neighborhood expert and you're looking to hunt those deals, the real estate agent course could be a good opportunity for you just because that's exactly what we talk about over there. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you all next time. Appreciate you all.